What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the official Baked Beans podcast. I am WhiteSeaDeer, joined as always by Zap and Quack of the ZapQuackPax channel. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Yeah, we're here. We're queer. Well, I am.
Fantastic. Quick programming note: we want to plug the charity live stream that ZapQuackPax is going to be doing next Saturday. What time are you guys going to be starting that up?
12 o'clock. Eastern? Are we Eastern? No, we're
Yes. Yeah, 12
Eastern. Okay.
Noon time Eastern. Saturday.
12 noon or 12 midnight?
12 noon until 12 noon the next day.
12 noon till 12 noon. So it is a 24-hour live stream. Do you guys want to talk about the charity that it's going to be for?
Yeah, it's the Trevor Project. It's basically the most widely known charity organization helping for the prevention and the prevention of suicide across all LGBTQ community. They got a hotline. We'll plug everything in the description just so that we can cover our P's and Q's. But the charity is going on for the next 2 weeks, or the fundraiser rather is going on for the next 2 weeks. So we'll link the charity. You can drop a donor right now if you want to, or you guys can come see us on Saturday, the 15th, I believe.
Absolutely.
Is it the 15th? Yeah, 15th. Stop on by and we'll be playing Mass Effect 1. The Legendary Collection.
Yeah, you might even get to see our faces.
Maybe.
Yeah, just maybe.
Some face reveals for ZapQuackPax. So make sure everyone jumps in there.
Yeah.
Next Saturday, the 15th at 12 noon. I will probably be jumping in every now and then as well. Make sure to follow ZapQuackPax on twitch.tv/ZapQuackPax. Make sure to give them a follow so that you're notified when they start the stream up. And so now that we got the housekeeping out of the way, let's start up this great podcast. We got some incredible topics for y'all today. I hope you guys are excited as much as we are. So the first one is David. David, it's your show. Take it away.
Yeah, so it's a new Netflix show that's been making the rounds. Everybody's been seeming to love it. I think we, most of us finally got around to watching it. I'm not sure if we all did. But it's Shadow and Bone. And it's just a very fantastic show. I couldn't recommend it enough. It's about an orphan named Alina, and she finds out essentially that she has some sort of magical power. And I'm not going to get too heavy into it, but if you like anything magical, you will love this show because it sets up the world beautifully. The pacing is excellent. The acting is fantastic. The characters are full of depth. There's so much growth in the 8 episodes that are out, and it starts with a question, gets right into the action, and then leaves you wanting more. And it's just action, and a wonderful show.
Question. I read that this takes place in Russia. Is that true?
It takes place in a fantasy country that is based around Russia. It's called Ravka in the show or in the book series. It's originally a book series, just so everyone knows. Ooh. So you can go check that out too. I plan on reading it. I'm interested.
Yeah,
but she's essentially a Russian orphan.
Yeah, because I've always been super fascinated by that sort of subgenre of Russian fantasy. It's one you don't normally see here in the West, and it would be cool to pick up a show like that. I've always been fascinated by it.
Yeah, and it does. You can see a lot of different cultural parts to it.
Very cool.
And yeah. A lot of the show is really interesting.
Yeah, I think they might have filmed in Russia because a lot of the architecture is very Romanian, I believe. So I think it's a really great show. I was talking about it to my wife the other day whenever we started watching it, and it felt very much like if you took Avatar and like made it a D&D campaign.
That's cool.
Because there's some really cool interactions with some of the other. So it takes place, and there's like 4 different like storylines that you're actually watching unfold, and they interweave and they make other things happen for other groups. And there's one there's one group that is like centered around crows that that's my favorite part of the entire show, is that whole gang and their exploits and how it actually ends up affecting all the other story plot points. By far, that's probably the most interesting part of the show for me. So obviously I have watched it. I watched all of it. Me and my wife, we binged it within 2 days. And quick disclaimer, this is a young adult's novel, so there's gonna be a lot of romance, and it translates very, very heavily into the show. Like, I don't want this to come off as a negative, but I feel like it's going to come off as a negative. Like, there's sexual tension between every character in every scene, and for me,
yeah, there is actually. You're right. No, really, there is every single scene. What there's always a question, like, we could, but we won't, but we could.
That's actually pretty impressive from like a filmmaking standpoint, to keep that sort of tension throughout an entire series like that. That's actually pretty cool.
Well, yeah, but they definitely you definitely very quickly within the first few episodes know who the couples are, or who the couples are going to be.
Yeah.
And then there's the main triangle. So
yeah. There's a bit about it that I did kind of I was a little frustrated about. It has something to do with what I kind of perceived to be like a pact between two characters, and there's a physical manifestation of that pact, and one of the characters kind of gets rid of it, and I kind of made my own assumptions about what that was, and then got mad at the character for it. But then by the end of the show, it's like, oh, it didn't really come up again because the other didn't really like acknowledge it. So I was like, you know what, whatever. If they're not mad about it, I'm not going to be mad about it. So I kind of went through a little roller coaster of emotions. But yeah, I agree with Zap on pretty much every other bullet point. The scenes are great. The way that they use their magic, because these are magic users, and it's not just like it's not just pigeonholed into like earth, water, fire, and air. You also have these really overpowered characters called heartrenders, and they're basically bloodbenders, but like they take it so much to a different level where they can actually affect emotions of people. They can slow down people's breathing because they can slow down the blood flow and make them more relaxed. And I thought that was a really cool way to take that power and kind of evolve it into the next phase of what that power could be.
It's really interesting.
And then there's others that can sense certain types of metals, which seems very niche, but in the show it actually comes in handy. And then probably my most favorite is there's a character that can actually like change physical traits about you, almost like a shapeshifter, but for other people. And that plays into some of the more political aspects later on in the show. So there's a lot to love about this show, and I believe, Zap, there's going to be a second season, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes, there's definitely going to be a second season. Whether or not it's been announced, I would stake my life on that with how popular the show has been and everything. There is one more thing I want to say about it.
What's up?
They do a very good job of packing in a lot of character growth and change into a very short amount of time. Like, it could have easily have been double the amount of episodes and to have gotten the same result. So I think they did a very good job there, but it left me wanting more. Like, I wish it had been more, and I can't wait for more. So
yeah. So going back to what you were saying, Max, though, about all the different powers that you had noticed, I love shows and movies and media like that take sort of magic and they make completely unique powers, and it's not just your traditional lightning balls and electricity, whatever have you. For me, like a show like My Hero Academia does that really well, where you look at a power and you go, well, how is that going to be useful? And then they show you exactly why it would come in handy in a fight. And so hearing that come out of you, like things like determining what metal something is, like you think, I don't know what the hell you'd use that for, but it'd be really interesting to see how it gets implemented. So I love shows that do that. So I might actually give this show a watch. This sounds pretty cool. All right, so the next topic is on me to present. Very, very interesting news coming out this week that Sony has acquired a minority share in Discord. If you guys remember, few weeks ago, Xbox or Microsoft was in talks to full out buy Discord, and those talks completely ended without any resolution. And then out of nowhere this week, Sony comes out of left field and says, "Hey, we just partnered with Discord. We're going to integrate it into PlayStation Network. What do you guys think of it?" And the whole world just was like, okay, cool. I think personally this is an incredible win for PlayStation users, for you guys, because Discord, obviously we're using Discord right now to record the podcast. Discord has been kind of revolutionary when it comes to gaming communication, with PC gaming, and to see it move into console platforms is really awesome to see. I want to unite everyone that plays these games into one, communication path, and I think this is a good first step into it. So Max, let's start with you. What do you think about this incredible deal between PlayStation and Discord?
I think that it's honestly what Microsoft should have done in the first place.
Yes.
This whole idea of like buying out the entirety of it just seemed very. So it doesn't seem like Microsoft is the type of company to do that, but they are acquiring these studios left and right, and it almost feels like when Disney was taking over stuff and is still taking over stuff. And I don't think it would have been a good end result if Microsoft had acquired all of Discord, let alone if Sony had done the exact same thing. So I think being partners is probably better. I don't know where this leads. I don't know like what the plan is. Like, are they going to start talking to Discord about having like exclusive things only running through PlayStation? Are they going to start having does Discord work over PlayStation Network?
So,
like, can you do that?
First point I want to make is I want to actually agree with you. You guys know I'm a fan of Xbox. I play Xbox. I've always stuck with the Xbox console. I am happy that Microsoft didn't outright buy Discord, because if they would have had a majority stake into Discord and they could have been able to change whatever they want, whether it be PC or console side, and I couldn't see Discord going to any other platform besides Xbox. On that second point, I want to make it clear that Sony only got a minority stake in Discord, so they don't have full power over what Discord does with itself. It just has a vote in what's going on. So from what I've read, Sony seems to be saying they're going to integrate Discord somehow into the PlayStation Network. I don't know if that means they're going to put an app on y'all's store so you can download it and use Discord on your console while you're playing games. That would be cool. Or if they're just going to completely overhaul the PlayStation, whatever chat function you guys have now, and turn it into a Discord-like lobby system. Not entirely sure about those details. But yeah, that's all I know about this story.
So yeah, I'm excited because the chance of us getting a better chat function and video function that we can utilize while we're gaming than what we already have, because what we have is all right, but it's not the best, and it's always better to have an out-of-game chat. And a lot of people, while they play, they do set up Discord and they play, so to be able to do that all on one console is just going to be great. And I also think that maybe it opens the door to cross-platform chatting. Being able to have a video conference between PC and PlayStation together, like that's going to be awesome if you can do that for those games that do cross-platform. So no longer will you be stuck in a lobby where you can't talk to or hear these people because they're on a different platform. You'll be able to hear them still. You'll be able to talk to them still.
Yeah,
so.
I'm almost sure that if Discord comes in any form to PlayStation Network, that it's going to have cross-platform compatibility with PC players to be able to chat to them. I think that was kind of the whole point of this because crossplay is becoming such a big thing. Sony wanted to get ahead of the game and make it so, hey, now you can play together, now you can chat together. It just makes perfect sense. It seems like the natural progression of things, and I think Sony just was able to get there first, which they needed a win.
Yeah.
They're starting to get wins again, but they definitely needed
desperate for one, honestly.
They needed a big win here, and I think this is a big win. Obviously, things aren't set in stone yet. We don't have any Discord on PlayStation yet, but it's coming, and we'll see how they implement it. It's really cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
All right. So moving on from that topic, we're gonna get into some superhero stuff. The superhero. Max, what do you got for us?
I don't know if Superman is the superhero, but sure, we'll go with that. So the DC comic book, not comic books, but who's running the DC universe? Like, is that Universal? Like, who's running that? Whoever's running it. WB, probably Warner Brothers. That makes more sense. But anyway, they put out some juicy information. Apparently, they're looking for a new director for a new Superman movie, and they're calling for a black director and a black actor to actually make a black Superman movie. And for those of you that read the comic books, you know this person is Calvin Ellis. It's a different universe where the majority of every superhero that was white they're African American or they're black. And it's a really cool universe in which this Superman, in the comic books at least, is actually the president of the United States. And he's one of the best Supermen in the entire DC multiverse. And I just think this is really cool, especially because a couple of years ago, people were talking about Michael B. Jordan actually becoming the next Superman, because Henry Cavill is no longer, he's been off the docket for a while now, and he only came back on because of the Snyder Cut. Now that the Snyder Cut's done with, it sounds like we're going to get a new Superman. I do want to preface this, though. This is not going to be the same universe Superman. It's the same company, but like they're making a different Superman movie that is not connected to the Zack Snyder.
Like the Batman.
Yeah, like the Batman with Robert Pattinson. So I'm really interested to see who they end up picking. I would love him. I would love for Michael B. Jordan to star as Superman. As soon as they said that, as soon as that rumor came out a couple years ago, I was like, hell yeah, man! I'm fucking down. Just fucking give it to me.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about all this?
I think it's great. I think it'll be cool. It's we've seen the same iteration of Superman over and over and over and over again. So to see a new one and to see a potential difference in a new universe, I think that can only be good. It'll be great. And also, did you know that they announced, DC made the announcement on Henry Cavill's birthday?
Yeah.
On his birthday.
Assholes.
I think that's funny. I think it's great.
No, it's hilarious.
But people are getting all up in arms about it, I guess.
Yeah, he probably knew in the background.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You? Any thoughts on a black Superman?
Yeah.
Cavill.
I think.
What did I say? Did you hear how I mispronounced his name? Yeah, Cavill. I pronounced it way wrong. Yeah, no, you were right. It came out of my mouth wrong. And before anyone got on me and said, "Oh, he said that wrong," I'm just saying, I know. Sorry, Ethan. I didn't mean to cut you off.
How dare you? Yeah. I'm gonna get over to Virginia and beat you up. But I think this is awesome. I love seeing more representation of minority communities in superhero stuff and comic books. We've seen it slowly get better and better. Obviously, with Miss Marvel, with the Muslim community, and you know. But to see a black Superman, I think that would be a really, really good showing by DC. I think everyone in this country, all around the world, deserves to look up to somebody as a superhero and see them be represented in a superhero. So this is a pretty big move. It's going to piss off a lot of boomers. It's going to piss off a lot of old school people, but who gives a damn? It's awesome. And
Stay
I'm
mad.
Sure, yeah, stay mad. And I'm sure the movie's just going to be incredible. I mean, come on. I'm not a huge fan of Superman, so I might not like the movie, but, you know, it's great to see more representation. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. It almost kind of feels like this is just like off the cuff. I just thought it almost kind of feels like a direct response to Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
It's possible, yeah.
With Anthony Mackie taking on the role as Captain America.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll see.
I would hope that's not what pushed DC to make this decision, just purely business.
Oh no, probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, and also look at the success of Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
So representation in the superhero community is obviously important.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
and it brings more people into the fold of comic books and, you know, superhero stuff. That's awesome. Bring more people into the community.
Yeah.
Give more representation. Make it more popular. We want more people. A diverse group of people as well.
Oh yeah. All about that all the time.
So good stuff. All right, so that was Black Superman and the director. Let's move on. We got some Marvel stuff, some more superhero stuff. David, this is your forte. What do you got for us this week in David's Marvel news? What do you got for us?
Yeah, so Marvel recently released a Marvel Studio welcomes us back to the theaters, to the movie theaters. So it starts out, it's quick, it's 3 minutes, it's on YouTube, you can go look it up. It was just a nice little message from Stan Lee. You know, it was one of his addresses that he said, and they put all of the greatest moments in the Marvel Universe, and then they outlined their entire release schedule for Phase 4, and it is ridiculous. They have it going all the way out to May 5th of 2023, which is going to be the next Guardians of the Galaxy. So, I'm just going to run down the line real quick. We've got Black Widow, Shang-Chi, the Eternals, the new Spider-Man, the new Doctor Strange, Thor, the new Black Panther, the Marvels, the new Ant-Man, the new Guardians, and then, wait for it, a Fantastic Four teaser. There was no date, no film, no anything like that, but they teased it at the end. There's a logo. So, Marvel is essentially saying, hey, the movies are open, let's get back to it, and flexing the fact that they know that they've got the market. But in a good way. It's definitely in a good way, because I think we're all here for it, and we've been waiting to get back to it. And all of these names and a lot of these movies, they look like they're going to be really, really good. So I'm looking forward to it. Is there anything on the list that you guys are the most excited for, or what do you guys think about this?
So, just in a general term, I didn't know that this was a specific video that you were talking about while you were doing your opening monologue. I looked this up, and I found the video, and I'm going to watch it after this podcast. Just watching the little bit of thumbnail preview that I'm seeing, I'm probably going to end up crying. I'm excited to watch this.
It is a nice little video.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it probably feels like in theaters. I'm sure they're playing this in theaters right now. Is there even a Marvel movie in theater? Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, right now?
No, the next one is going to be, I think, Black Widow. Okay. But I don't know what the date is. I think it's like June.
Maybe they're not playing in movies.
Yeah, Black Widow releases July 9th.
Okay.
July. That's what it was.
But
but they're doing the shows for now. Yeah.
But I think this is great. It's just highlighting how excited everyone is to get back to theaters, get back to normal. I'm fully vaccinated. My wife today just got fully vaccinated. So we're celebrating going to a paranormal circus tomorrow. So that's going to be fun. But anyways, we're excited to get back to movies. I'm sure the whole world is. But yeah, this is incredible. All these this data dump, you could say, of stuff coming out. I am super excited for the next Thor and the next Black Panther. Those are two of my favorite characters from the MCU. So to see the fourth generation of movies come out with two bangers, I'm assuming they're going to be bangers. I completely trust Marvel to make great movies, so I'm already saying that they're going to be 10 out of 10. Super excited for those two. Also, Shang-Chi is a character I've never experienced before, so I'm super excited to see a movie based on him. It's going to be a wild ride for the fourth, what do we call them, generation, season of Marvel.
Phase 4.
Yeah, phase 4 of Marvel movies. I'm super excited. Lots of bangers coming out.
Yeah, I'm excited for all of them, obviously, but the one that I am more excited about than most is Thor: Love and Thunder. Mainly because of what it's going to tackle, and just like from the comic books, Jane Foster taking over the mantle of Thor. I really want to see what they do with her character, and what they do with Thor, because um, spoiler alert, Thor gets his arms chopped off, and then
Yeah.
is not worthy for the hammer anymore, and
Uh,
it just flies off into the universe and
oh boy.
lands at Jane Foster's doorstep, and she's just like, "All right, I guess I'm fucking Thor now," and then just starts beating people up, And
All right.
I don't know if that's what's gonna happen. It'd be really fucking funny,
That sounds
but it
great.
might also piss
You could just-
piss off a lot of Thor fans.
It would be amazing if you just see a scene, just his arms just get chopped off, and he's just like, oh, my arms. Fuck.
Oh,
Well,
my arms.
Gotta use my feet now. And then I think more recently he's got a set of mythical armor, metal arms, and I think he regained his worthiness, and now I think Jane Foster and him are now dual wielding Mjolnir as like a power couple, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Works so hard on his physique just to be.
Yes,
have
he
armor
does.
Put on it. Isn't that disrespectful by Marvel?
But we'll see what happens. I'm really excited to see what they actually do, if they adapt that story, or if Thor just fucks off and goes and does something else,
Gets
and
fat
just like
again.
gives her the hammer. Yeah, no, I think the biggest takeaway from this reveal is Wakanda Forever, which is the name of the next Black Panther movie,
So exciting.
and then the Marvel family, which it's about Marvel, Miss Marvel, or Captain Marvel, or whatever her name is nowadays. And one thing that was really surprising is that we didn't get a Black Adam thing. Like, I was a little shook up that like we didn't see any. Black Adam wasn't part of that trailer at all. I'm
Maybe
a
it's
little.
just. Well, wait, hold on. Isn't Black Adam DC?
I'm sorry.
Isn't Black Adam DC?
Oh God!
Yeah.
No!
Hey,
Cut that!
hey,
No!
hey,
Nobody can
hey.
know my shame. Cut the camera.
We kept it in when I fucked up calling Batman as part of Marvel last
Shit.
week. We're keeping this
Shit.
one in.
That was great.
Oh,
I looked it up too. I didn't even know.
Hey.
I had a hunch and I
Hey.
looked it up.
Hey, it's okay. You got me. Like, the way you said it with such confidence, I was like, huh, yeah, it wasn't in there.
Yeah,
Like,
cool.
I knew it would be great.
Oh.
We kept
You
in
know
when
what it
I
was?
said Batman was part of Marvel next week. We are keeping it in when Max says Black Adam
Yeah.
was part of
You know what it was though? So Shazam, originally in the comic books was called Captain Marvel, and I got onto a tangent about the Marvel family, and like
Wait,
I was
he
like,
was
oh yeah,
called-
where's Black Adam?
He
Like,
was called Mr. Marvel in DC Comics.
yes, there was a
that kind of
big.
like a rib or like a
So DC says it wasn't, but
This is like the
who
console
won the
wars with
lawsuit?
comic books. Holy cow.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Marvel actually ended up suing them over it, because they were like, "Oh, you can't do that. That's the name of our entire comic book line."
Yeah.
Well, it's just
That-
Marvel. It's like marvelous. Like, you can't copyright a word. But they eventually had to change the name to Shazam, and that's honestly where my brain made the disconnect. Anyway, moving on. Great lineup of movies. Super excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back to you, Ethan.
Side
Or
note,
Zap. Sorry.
yeah. I just want to say I'm most excited for Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. That's just me, my personal
Oh,
opinion.
yeah.
That's all I really got to say. I
I'm
can't-
excited for
can't wait for
everything. I can't even.
Yeah,
God, they're
yeah.
all.
I'm just saying
hyped.
my favorites that I'm excited
Oh, yeah.
for are Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. But yeah, I love all of it. I didn't know that about Thor, so now I'm more excited about Thor.
So cool.
And yeah,
Yeah.
it's all gonna look good. And I love Ant-Man. I love Ant-Man. So
I love
I
that.
Love Ant-Man.
actually want to see the new one.
Yeah.
So
Super exciting. lots of news.
And
Speaking,
then maybe they'll get Fantastic Four right because they have so much time.
Fingers crossed.
we keep hoping. They've tried and tried again. But moving on, we have some other pretty crazy news coming out this week. Well, it wasn't really breaking news, but something started this week, and that was the trial between Fortnite creator Epic Games and Apple Incorporated, with Epic Games claiming that Apple holds a monopoly on its App Store, which, I mean, it's its own app store. I covered a video of this on my channel where I talked about it. And it's just really interesting. So the whole case started like this. Fortnite pretty much set up Apple. Fortnite obviously has its Epic Games Store. They put that on the Apple Marketplace where people could download the Epic Games Store, buy their games through the Epic Games Store, and they would avoid the 30%, little bit off the top that Apple takes from people buying stuff on its store. Obviously, Apple didn't take kindly to that. They said, "Hey, you're going around our, how we get revenue, so we're taking you off the store." They booted them off the store, and immediately Epic Games filed a lawsuit, claiming that Apple is monopolizing this. We've actually, in the last couple of days since we came up with these topics, more and more lawsuits like this are happening. For example, Sony has been sued, claiming it's a monopoly. Humble Bundle sued Steam, saying that it's a monopoly on the PC gaming. So far, Xbox is unscathed, but Xbox has been dragged into this. Apple and Epic. Same thing with Nintendo. Nintendo's even been dragged into this. We're seeing a lot of juicy stuff come out of this trial from the gaming industry. So I just wanted to get y'all's thoughts, and if we could talk about some of this crazy info that's coming out from this case, because they're bringing in everybody from every company to talk about. There's just a lot of crazy things going on. So starting off, Max, what do you got to say about this trial going on right now between Epic Games and Apple?
I mean, it just kind of feels like it felt like that fucking lawsuit that Fortnite had with like the TikTok creators for the longest time. Every fucking dance that goes viral on TikTok ends up on Fortnite. So like, and there was like the most famous one, which was with Turk from Scrubs. I forget what the actor's name is. But he's got a dance that he does in one episode, and it's very like choreographed, and like it's like a happy dance, and like it's the most used dance on Fortnite. So he went to go sue Fortnite for taking his intellectual property that he did not patent or whatever. And I think it ended up just being fair use, because like there's like 8 different things that a thing has to actually 8 wickets that something has to hit before it is actually a copyright thing, and it didn't meet all those criterias. The one thing that I read recently about the things that are coming out about this trial is that Microsoft doesn't make any profit off of the sales of their consoles, and I think we all kind of maybe knew that, but I guess like actually hearing it is kind of a little mind-blowing, that like the only revenue that they actually get off of these consoles is the games that come out on these consoles. So
it's reoccurring revenue.
That's why these
they make the consoles for reoccurring revenue, because I work in an industry like that too, where we sell big systems that honestly we don't make a lot of profit on, but we get the profit from our monthly bills that we send to customers, and we get that reoccurring revenue.
Yeah, but to know that like they don't make any kind of profit off of the sales of their actual console is just kind of mind-boggling.
Well, it's like, damn, I spent $500 on this. How the hell are you not making a profit off of me?
And it kind of like sheds a brighter light on exclusivity, and why the buyout of Bethesda was such a big deal for Microsoft, is like because they're going to make a shit ton more money now because of those IPs. And I mean, I guess they need to, because the consoles aren't doing it. It's a very little interesting tidbit of the industry that I just maybe it was in the back of my mind, but
Yeah.
never really thought about it too much.
Another cool little thing about the industry that came out with this story that I never really thought of, now looking back, it kind of makes sense, is that they will review competitors' games. Xbox is paying attention to Nintendo and to Sony, and Sony's paying attention to all the other. It's the same thing with every company, and for some reason, Microsoft disclosed in this trial its review of Last of Us 2, and it talked about how it was a revolutionary game in narrative. In narrative storytelling. And it was a pretty glowing review. They said the gunplay was terrible, but that's for y'all to judge. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean,
But
it's not the best.
It was a legitimate review, and there's people that work at these gaming companies that play competitors' games and review them. How cool of a job would that be to work at Microsoft and play nothing but PlayStation exclusives to give reviews to the game creators over at Microsoft? That's a cool job. That's just what I thought. But it's cool to see all the inner workings of these companies come out for this trial. Obviously, there's articles floating around everywhere. You guys can go look them up and see the multitude of things that have come out during the trial. All just the little, tiny details and all the hot goss that's been coming out of this trial. So, but yeah, David, what do you think of this?
Gotta have that hot goss, man.
That hot goss. But David, what do you
Don't
think
talk
of
to
this
me in the
trial?
morning if I don't have my hot goss.
No.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out, and I think the fact that Apple is countersuing Epic Games,
Yep.
saying that they breached their protocols,
Yep.
and that it was the second day into the trial, because the trial just started. It was the second day into the trial they accidentally put confidential third-party information onto the internet. And
I heard about that.
Yikes.
and it showed a whole bunch of interactive history with the games and how the gaming industry works and how they talk together and how they play together and all that. And then the judge was just like, let me take that. So, and that's kind of where we're at right now. But yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out and whether, depending on who wins, if that's going to change the way that these stores do business in the future. Yeah. I don't think that they will. Personally, I think it's just kind of going to be well, you know what you did. You chose to use that platform. So
right. Yeah, it's super interesting because I just want to make this a point. None of these corporations give a shit about you. they're in for the money. So
no, corporations.
Let's get that clear. But Epic Games is really trying to bill itself as the consumer friendly, fight for the little guy thing. Where actually they're probably one of the wealthiest, biggest gaming companies out there right now. They released that 1984 trailer that ribbed on one of Apple's old trailers back in the day, talking about how Apple's a bunch of jackboots, trying to put you down as the consumer and stuff like that.
Jackboots.
It's just such a crazy little warfare going on. Tim Sweeney is just another billionaire in a suit trying to make more money. So I hope everyone isn't disillusioned by this and tries to pick sides, because either way, it's just two companies trying to make more money. But hopefully the outcome is best for the gaming community, and we'll see what happens. So, but if there's no more thoughts on that, we can move on to our next topic, which might upset some people. I know it upset me when I read about this. This happened, with some other. We'll get into it, but number 6, it is the Walmart scalpers. Apparently, people are walking into Walmarts and stealing cereal boxes. Max, what do you got to tell us about this?
So if our viewers or our readers or our listeners or whatever you guys are will remember, a couple months ago, the Pokemon TCG trading card company, actually put out some 25th anniversary Pokemon cards in McDonald's Happy Meals, and like everything nowadays, everyone flocked to the McDonald's and bought out all of the special edition 25th anniversary
Who would do such a thing?
Pokemon cards, and they weren't children. They were grown adults, ruining it for the kids. And I viscerally hate scalpers. I play video games, I play card games, and I think everything that I am actually interested in nowadays has a scalping community. Even now, like computer parts, the same thing. You can't get a RTX 3080 anywhere. It's like $2,000. It's
the holy grail.
Guys, come on. Like that graphics card is like $300 market value, and now I have to fucking anyway. It's a whole big rant about scalpers. But nowadays, there's a new hot ticket item, and it's in cereal boxes. There's 3 new 25th anniversary cards in most Kellogg's cereal boxes nowadays, and it's getting so crazy that they've had to put those security spider eyes on the cereal boxes of all things.
Wow.
And just walking into a Walmart and seeing that is just so surreal. It feels like when the fucking Tide Pods, the whole Tide Pod scandal
God.
came about, and like you'd walk down the fucking the dishwasher aisle or the washer aisle, and they'd be in those plastic boxes with locks on them. And don't come at me because I saw them. They're real. I saw them firsthand.
Yes.
And it just sucks to yet again, the vast majority of people have kind of like let their capitalism override their sense of ethics and basically childlike wonder, and mess it up for the majority of or the rest of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my rant about scalpers and cereal boxes. What do you guys think of scalpers in this situation?
They're bottom barrel scum of the earth, every single one of them. I don't care how dire straits you are. Scalpers are scum of the earth. Obviously, we have this issue with the gaming console community. Luckily, we don't have it for individual video games. That would be a nightmare. But I do want to say I did get 4 Happy Meals when this thing started. Obviously, I ate the 4 Happy Meals. I didn't waste the food like a lot of these other people, and I just wanted the Pikachu. That's all I wanted, and it took 4 of them to get it. But I do have a couple, binder sleeves full of these 25th anniversary cards. But I never bought an amount that would equate to taking it out of someone else's hands. I think that's ridiculous. Just to see these scalpers come in. Of all things, cereal boxes. It's incredible to see.
So, Zap, did you have anything to say about this whole debacle with the cereal boxes and the cards?
Well, I mean, I just think it's a shame, that adults nowadays, because we're the adults now that grew up as the kids who were so excited to get these cards, are now taking the chance away from kids now to get those cards.
Yep.
You would think that us having the memory of receiving those as children, and that's what sparked our interest in them and what made it grow into what it is today, would be something that we care about having for our own children. But no, it's all about it being worth money and getting that card for the value. And yeah, I hate that. I want it to be what it should be, and that is, something fun and something you can do with your kids if you're still into it. And, you can even teach your kid about how these things are valuable and what they're good for and all that. And, love it together. I think that's supposed to be the idea.
It was really heartwarming.
And
yeah,
for a long time, they took the prizes out of the cereal boxes, and the first time they put them back in, we steal them. They're never going to do it again.
Exactly.
I loved it as a kid.
It's
Come on. I want my prizes back.
I didn't even think of that.
The end of an era again.
Jeez. Yeah. Right as it started.
There's also like a side thing of this that it's kind of like, this is happening and now another thing is happening because of it. Actually, Walmart, Target, and other stores that stocked Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, and Pokemon cards have permanently taken them off not permanently, but until further notice, they've actually taken all of their product off the shelves because of scalpers. And that in fact that impacts me a lot because I play all of these games, and now I kind of just have to order them online. I can't go to a Walmart and get the new set. It's kind of shitty.
Yeah. I did a drive from Virginia to Texas when I was moving, and we stopped at probably 4 or 5 Walmarts on the way over here, and we only found Pokemon cards at one in rural Mississippi. That's the
Yep.
only Walmart that I was able to find Pokemon cards at. It's absolutely insane what's going on right now.
It's just a shame.
Yep. All right. So scalpers are terrible. We all agree. But moving on, we got a brand new reoccurring segment for y'all for the second week of the month. David, this is your segment. Take it away. I have no idea what's going to happen here. What is happening?
Yeah. So I, throughout the week, have been seeming to come across things in the news that I think are kind of odd or funny. And I've been wondering, what do WhiteSeaDeer and Quack have to say about these things? So I thought I'd read just a few headlines and see what the reaction that we get is. Who knows? Maybe it sparks conversation. Maybe not. But let's see. What's a good one to start with? I've got a whole list. So I think the most interesting one here, and this is the exact article title, by the way. They're article titles. Men with bigger noses have bigger penises, says science.
Well, science is fucking wrong.
Yeah, I can personally attest to how wrong that statement is. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
There's nothing wrong with a small nose. Fuck you.
Yikes.
I have a great nose.
I have a big nose, right?
I just want to know where scientists, like, how they get test subjects for these sort of studies. Do they just go up to people and be like, hey, we want to measure your nose and your penis. All right, are you okay with that? We'll give you $100 and call it.
Hell yes.
Now that I think of it,
You want to do it right here in this back alley, or are we going somewhere? Like, I can do either or.
I'd do it now that I think of it.
Hey,
absolutely, $100. Hell yeah, dead people.
Dead people.
Okay.
I guess
dead
that makes
people.
sense. That's more sad than my
Sounds
idea.
a little unethical.
But, you know, I'd like to think my idea was the right one.
unless they're organ donors, then they can donate their organs, and they match them up, and it's like, oh well, they put it on a little scale.
Considered
and
an
it's like,
organ? If you're an organ donor, do they remove your cock and balls to donate?
If someone is in need, maybe.
I don't think we have the technology
I would think
to
that it
do
is an
that
organ.
yet, to be able to
Oh, hell yeah,
do
man.
a swap like that.
Dude,
Just put a new rig on her, we'll be good.
There's actually been like the first successful head transplant.
Really?
Last year, I believe. Yeah.
I don't
have all the specifics, so don't ask me for them. But there was a successful head transplant from one, not a ding dong head, but like a head.
You know what? Let me die at that point. I don't know if I want that. Some Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff going on. So yeah, David, you were right. These headlines do in fact spark conversation. I'm looking forward to know what other crazy crap you got.
I have so many more.
All right.
Heck
so
yeah,
many
brother.
more.
Come on.
Send it.
All
Fire
right.
them up.
This next one might not be much of a conversation topic, but I thought it was funny. It came out on my birthday. Huge butt plug sparks grenade scare in Germany.
Oh, was it an airport scanner?
I don't know. I didn't. That's the thing behind this entire premise. We don't look at the article. It's just the headline. I have no idea. I didn't look into it.
I do have a bit of a tidbit here. I do have a bit of a tidbit here. Not first-hand knowledge, obviously, but the human rectum can actually stretch to the size of a army issue hand grenade. The same width and girth of the grenade. Whatever you want. It could be anything that size. It doesn't have to be a grenade, but it could be.
So what was it? What was it? It was the human rectum can stretch to something like 8 inches, and a raccoon can fit in a hole as small as 2 inches. So like you can hold 3 raccoons in your anus.
In there.
Both of you know the measurements of this shit. I'm like, oh man.
Organ donors, Ethan.
Yeah.
Organ donors.
Yeah. Good God.
Oh God, that's awesome.
All right, yeah, and on the less weird side of news, we got another one. A man steals Doritos chip truck and takes cops on a chase.
You know, if you're gonna go out, you might as well go out with a bang. That's a bang, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't know any other way
There's
to go out.
nothing more. There's nothing more exhilarating in the morning than stealing a truck and just munching on all the Doritos in the back.
Exactly.
Yeah, Cool
He
Ranch.
said Resident
right?
Evil Village is coming out this
Cool
Friday.
Ranch.
I'm out of snacks. I'm taking this truck, and we're going to go play this game. That's all he was saying. That's all he was thinking. God bless the guy. God bless him. I hope
The
he got
Doritinator.
the Doritinator. I hope
And,
he got away.
This summer.
Yeah. And you know, maybe what sparked it is this. Here's another one. Meth breakfast burrito found at Hobby Airport security checkpoint.
Meth breakfast burrito?
Yeah.
Hey, you don't
Man.
need coffee with that.
It's a great anthology right there. Where's the end? I want to know how all this shit ends.
How does this?
Or rather, how it started, rather. Jesus.
Can we get rid of the rule of not reading the article? Because I'm fascinated by this.
Well, we can go and look them up. Maybe we'll talk about our favorites next week.
Yeah, maybe next week we'll actually talk about this entire story in length.
Oh yeah. But wait, there's more.
God.
All right.
Give it to
Here
me,
we go.
Mays.
Another one. Man seeks divorce after wife's fear of roaches drives them to move 18 times.
What?
I mean, honestly, the second I see a roach in a room, I can't sleep. So I feel for her, you know?
But the question is, were the roaches actually there? Because 18
Oh,
times,
that's a good point.
You're telling
That's a
me
good
that
point.
there were
Oh.
roaches in 18 separate houses? Then either one,
probably her.
you guys are just dirty motherfuckers, and you probably shouldn't be owning a house. And two, yeah, if there's no roaches in the house and you're just moving to move, I would have gotten rid of her in the fourth move. That's ridiculous. Stop it. We're done. I'm
Yeah.
not moving anymore.
This is too much.
You're moving into the mental work.
Yeah, you can move. I ain't moving.
No roaches there, apparently.
Crazy.
Also, speaking of things that aren't real and shouldn't exist, I got another one.
Okay.
International Lego Mafia busted by French police.
No, there's no Lego Mafia.
Uh,
Does this tie back into our scalping discussion? Is there a mafia dedicated to scalping Lego sets? Because I could actually realistically see that being a thing.
I have no
Oh.
idea.
I was just imagining gangsters with like Lego brick guns shooting at banks. That's what was going on in my mind.
That's
Yours is a
the
lot
Give me the
more
money.
realistic.
That's the next Lego video game. Lego Gangsters.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
And they
Grand Theft
don't
Auto
actually
Legos.
shoot anybody with them. They just kind of like shoot bricks around their feet,
Yeah,
and then like,
exactly.
hey, you know,
They do a little dance.
step on them if you dare, or whatever. You know, whatever fucking gangsters say that nowadays.
Whatever those gangsters say. God.
Oh, it's the "let's go," right? Let's go. That's what they say nowadays,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
The baby, if it were.
Oh yeah.
Those based motherfuckers.
All right. Well, we've got half of them done. We're gonna make it through the other half. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go.
I don't know.
Let's round it up with a no.
No.
All right,
Of course
let's
we're gonna
see.
make it through then. Let's do
Oh, okay.
this.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. On a lighter note, maybe you can call it that. I didn't. I'm just gonna read it. San Francisco poop testing company charged with fraud.
With fraud.
Hmm.
I've heard
Yeah.
of
Some,
this, that you can donate your feces to be tested for money.
What?
It's the same thing as
What?
it's the same thing as kind of like
okay.
a sperm
Well-
bank where you can donate your sperm and make money. It's the same.
That is
thing.
not what I was thinking at all.
It's a real thing.
That's not a donation. If you're getting paid for it, it's not a donation.
Oh
They
well,
might-
yeah. I guess not donating, but effectively you're selling, your fluids, and
Yeah,
this is the same concept. I have heard of it.
Where do I sign up?
I know.
I'd love to get paid for people to look at my poop. I've been trying to
twice a
do that for
day.
years.
That's-
I've been doing it for free for 27 years.
Yeah.
You mean I can get paid for it?
All that inventory just flushed down the toilet. What? How depressing is that?
Inventory.
God, inventory equals money, people. Let's go.
God, I need
I
to
got
further my
stocks for
brand.
days.
Listen, there's a reason I ate 6 Big Macs today. Okay, I'm stocking up.
That's your
It's a
side hustle
profit
going
deal.
on. Yeah. Completely flipping the script here. Next one. Hanging rhinos upside down from helicopters is the best way to save them. Study finds.
I don't even know where to start with
What?
that.
There's a lot of words in that sentence that I wasn't
needs to
prepared
be
for.
a whole lot more context to that one. I don't know about that one.
And
Okay, so I'm assuming this is like to save rhinos from like a forest fire or something, and you
Yeah.
shouldn't. I guess it would like break their ankles a little
probably-
bit if they like
probably
you know,
not. It
lift
probably.
up.
I mean, if we're gonna be real about it, yeah. I mean, it probably stops them from moving, so if they don't wiggle around.
Kudos to helicopter pilots that are able to fly with the weight of a rhino strapped to them. That's pretty impressive. I'm just gonna give a quick shout out to our Hilo pilots out there.
I can barely even drive a helicopter, much less have a fucking rhino with it.
I can barely drive a car. I can't do that.
Oh no, I don't drive anymore. Ever since that rhino incident.
Speaking of driving, that's the perfect segue into the next article. New car smell could give you cancer.
Well, what can't give me cancer? That's what I need to know.
Great smell. Yeah, that's true. But thinking about that, maybe it's some chemical they use, in the finishing process of cars. I guess that kind of makes sense. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
Makes you wonder if new pack smell can also do that.
Yeah. Either way, I think you should just go through life like thinking you're gonna get cancer. It's gonna happen eventually to one of them.
Yeah, I mean it's already in you.
Yeah.
You've already got it. So it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, now we're gonna go off the reservation. All right,
As
next
if we
one.
weren't already.
Well, literally off the reservation.
Oh, okay.
Space seed. Scientists want to open sperm bank on moon.
Good idea. Freeze.
Actually,
Make freeze. Good. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's dump all of our money into this moon sperm bank.
Yeah.
That's the next business venture.
It's an investment into humanity's future. If we fuck up down here, there will always be little eggs swimming around. So once the Asari or Turians from Mass Effect find our soul system and see this dead planet of Earth, they'll go to the moon and be like, oh, look at that. These little swimmers. We can make more of these people. And then they'll uplift us and use us as slaves or soldiers or whatever. But you know what? At least we'll continue to exist.
Listen, they're just going to think it's moon milk and drink it. And then we're going to be gone forever. That's all it's ever going to happen. Actually, no, they're going to realize there's protein in it. And then they're going to be like, oh, we need protein to survive. And then we're gone forever.
That's possible.
But there actually is a DNA bank up in, I think it's like in the Alps that has like the DNA of every known animal and us in it.
It's like
so,
Noah's Ark of
DNA
bank.
Pretty much, and it makes a lot of sense to put it on the moon because like it's cold as fuck up there. So,
it's cold.
But I can't imagine that zero gravity. I don't know how zero gravity would factor in to all the DNA shit.
It'd be interesting.
And with them hyping up commercial moon trips, artificial insemination just got a whole lot more interesting.
Yeah, you can get inseminated on the moon.
Yeah.
And who doesn't want to be the first one to do that?
Yeah.
Now that I think of it, I'd want to be the first one to do it. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
So I want to be inseminated on the moon.
Sounds pretty cool.
That's a good idea.
All right, 2 more. This one made me chuckle a little. China says out of control space rocket booster probably won't cause any harm.
Probably.
It'll be alright.
I guess the head of Chinese space agency, it might not be a thing.
Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah. It's fine. We're alright.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I am happy though because I really don't think it's gonna do anything. I've heard this story. I saw our Secretary of Defense come out, and he was like, we expect it to land in the ocean somewhere. So to all you out there, because I've seen it on TikTok, I've seen it on social media. People are freaking out about this because they have no idea what they're thinking of or what they're talking about, but they want to get their their fame and scare other people.
Like,
this rocket's not going to hit you. You're fine. It's going to either land in the ocean or in the mountains of Turkmenistan. Those are the only two places they project.
So hopefully you don't live there.
Yeah, hopefully you don't live in the mountains of Turkmenistan.
Yeah, and it's not like the U.S. doesn't fucking do this shit either. It's just
Every
we're
time.
a little more precise whenever it's a little more precise where we land our stuff.
True. Yeah, space debris falls from space every day. We are literally clouded by space debris. It's inevitable. You're gonna get hit by a space rock. Just accept it.
Yeah. Last one, guys. All right, you ready for this one? I don't think you are.
I hope it's the best.
We'll see.
It's not. I'm sorry, but I'll try.
A lot of pressure.
Well, I'm gonna let you down, but here it is.
That's fine.
Cue the music. I'm gonna assume you did it. Receptionist awarded £23,000 after being left out of Pizza Friday.
Damn. 23,000? Like, that's the outcome of a court case?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me? What? I need to file a lawsuit against
Equality in
my
the workplace.
employer. Are you kidding me? I didn't get a donut this Friday. We get free donuts every Friday, and I didn't get one. I'm filing a lawsuit right now.
Yeah, that's discrimination.
Wow.
And you can cite that court case wherever you go to court, and you'll probably win.
Guys, I
Holy
don't need
shit.
to do this podcast anymore. I got my windfall. I'm rich now. It's over.
That's a lot of money for one piece of pizza, because
That's wild. Wow.
Damn. Some people are just so lucky.
Good for her.
It's probably not,
her.
It's not luck, She she put in the work to make that shit happen,
Yeah,
There's probably a lot more to it, but it just sounds amazing.
No, I think that's it.
Yeah, I can't.
She just didn't get it.
No, that's it.
I hope it's just. I really hope that's all there is.
Good for her. You go, girl.
There's no loopholes or anything. It's just, yep, you were left out, so here's an absurd amount of money.
The British legal system.
That's crazy.
Why are we assuming this receptionist is a woman?
Did we?
Ooh,
Damn.
we did. I
We might
didn't say
have.
You
gender.
see
I
what?
just said receptionist.
Yeah. You caught us with our pants down, dude.
Caught the stereotype.
Oh.
Let this be a lesson to everyone listening that we all have biases that we inherently have in our brains, and you should always look to better yourself by getting rid of those. So.
Yep, and I'm not going to break
fuck you, I'm
spirit of
perfect.
this and look it up. Yeah, tell that to Black Adam.
I'm perfect in every way. Shut up. We will never talk about that. Proceeds to talk about it for the next 10 or 15 years.
I'm not letting it go.
Black Adam's a great Marvel character. All right.
Oh, God.
All right, Dave.
Yeah.
How are we on time?
I really appreciate you busting out those crazy stories. I had a blast, guys. I hope you guys did too. That was a lot.
Oh, yeah, always do.
Ditto.
Always do. And I hope whoever's listening, I hope you enjoy it too and you tune in again.
Man, yeah, to all our viewers out there, thank you for listening on whatever podcast service you're listening on. Thank you for watching it on YouTube if that's what you're doing. Quickly, a reminder to check out ZapQuackPax's channel and Twitch stream for that charity stream next week. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel on YouTube, WhiteSeaDeer. Subscribe to their channel. So yeah, really appreciate everybody showing up and listening to the podcast, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody. Peace.
See ya.
And I did not alienate anyone this time. Fuck you guys.